So, the new How to Train Your Dragon TV show, The Nine Realms, just dropped its trailer today. I've been a fan of this series for a long time, so I figured I'd check out the trailer. Alright, so here we go. Looks like our protagonist and his mom, perhaps.
You have 3 jobs while you're here.
1,300 years. Okay, so this is a long time after.
Number 2, stay away from the fissure.
And
number 3,
Camp Cretaceous Season
make
4.
sure you stay away from the fissure.
They're going to the fissure.
What the? That fissure is dangerous. If you fell in, you might never hit the bottom.
Well, he's dead. Alright, that was a short TV show. Oh, no, he's alive.
What are you? Where did you come from?
Night.
Why am I asking questions? Prepare yourself to never be the same.
So,
In
the
3,
rest of the okay.
2,
Alright, so that's probably that's
1.
Oh, geez.
We have
That's
to
right.
keep the secret to protect the dragons.
We're surrounded.
Someone's coming.
Didn't I mention that I'm afraid of heights?
Okay, so his name is Tom.
Look!
Alright, that was very interesting. Oh, what is that? December 23rd. Alright, well, initial thoughts. It looks interesting. I think one worry that I had about this series, and that I think other people probably had, is that it feels like it's 1,300 years later. It feels very disconnected from the main franchise. And so it'll be interesting to see whether or not this show kind of honors what made the first movie and the rest of the subsequent movies and shows like so special. Character analysis. We got Tom, who's probably our hiccup fill-in. Now, we don't get a ton of character development in this, although it looks like that one girl seems to have some sort of connection with Tom because, she was diving for him. Other girl seems to be the most, timid and afraid of the group. Although that other boy, I'm sorry, hopefully we'll get a trailer with their names. He also seems a bit afraid, he's not very good with heights.
Didn't I mention that I'm afraid of heights?
And now, of course, the most important part of any dragon show, the dragons. We've got this kind of Gronko-like creature with the beetle wings that beat really fast, resemblant of a boulder-class dragon. We've got the two-headed dragon that seems to be very much inspired by, Chinese culture and dragon designs. We've got this other dragon that it looks almost like tidal class, like a very aquatic dragon, very smooth and flowy. Also seems a little skittish, which would match the rider well. But of course, the main dragon we want to talk about is the Nightlight, who, according to the How to Train Your Dragon fandom, is named Thunder. First off, we'll go Thunder's design, very reminiscent of the Nightlights we saw at the end of How to Train Your Dragon 3, notably Dart, Toothless's daughter. With a couple of differences, we've got, some spikes or hooks on the end of the wings. We've got, the spikes on the forearms instead of the fins that the Nightlights have. Probably the most notable difference being the tail. That instead of the classic 2 fins, like mini wings of the Night Fury and Light Fury, it's got an extra one, which I suppose is based off of how planes kind of have that tail juts up within the 2 pieces on the side. Frankly, to me at least, it kind of looks a little heavy, like it would weigh the dragon down. So I don't know. I'm unsure about that design. But the main part about this dragon that I don't like is the wings. Let's take a good look at it here. The wing membranes just seem way too small. Like they couldn't catch the air and keep this creature aloft. I feel like if you, like DreamWorks, if you could just like bring that wing membrane down, like Toothless's, much wider, the design would look a lot better. This dragon is also the only one where we really get to see its abilities. It seems to have like this almost electric blast. It's kind of like a Skrill, or maybe reminiscent of Godzilla's atomic breath. And the way it crackles with lightning is very reminiscent of Toothless's kind of like cloaking ability in the third movie. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not this dragon always sparks with lightning when it attacks, or if that's kind of like sort of like special ability or power-up moment. And now finally, just gonna do a quick analysis, some small details that I noticed in the trailer and what they might mean. So first of all, when we get our look at the base for Project Icarus, we see this landing platform here, which seems to, start with the drones based on this shot. It seems to be broken. Now, that might imply that there was just like some kind of like rock slide or something. Like this is a fissure after all. I'm pretty sure it's an unstable environment. However, it could be a dragon attack, since we do know that dragons occasionally leave the fissure. And so maybe that's what prompts Tom to like, send out this drone into the fissure, trying to figure out what's going on. If there was like a dragon attack, they just don't know it's dragons. Next ability, up here in this shot, it's very brief and it's hard to see, but if you look in the bottom left corner, you can see a foot. And if you travel that up, you can sort of see the head of a dragon. Now, it's unclear what this, cloaked mystery dragon is. However, my best guess is that it is one of two things. One, it could be a nightlight, since we know those dragons can cloak, and the forearm kind of matches the scale design. It could also be this dragon right here, because even though we don't have any indication that it can cloak, it's not shown in the shot with the rest of the dragons. So it's entirely possible that it is the dragon here and can cloak, as well as the fact that, DreamWorks, they like to keep the Night Fury kind of unique, and I presume that's going to extend to this new Nightlight. So I find it unlikely. That's the one reason why this might not be a Nightlight. It might just be this new dragon that we haven't seen before. And a final detail, in that lightning shot that we focus so much on, if we look, the Nightlight appears to be on one of these little houses. And so that's way out of the fissure. Like if we look in this shot of the base, the fissure's over here and the housing's over here. And this indicates to me that this shot probably takes place near the end of the series when, the dragons are starting to leave the fissure. Maybe because of that dragon that we saw at the very end of the trailer. Maybe they're trying to stop it. But there's going to be some sort of fight in the main camp with the Nightlight. And it's probably not going to go very well now that humans recognize that dragons are real. But anyway, that wraps up this trailer analysis. It was a long one, so if you made it this far, pat yourself on the back, because most people don't make it to the end of my videos, according to YouTube statistics. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.